Underrepresented minorities represent about 28.5% of the national population. And yet there are only 9.1% of the college-educated Americans now working in S&E fields, both academic and non-academic. So there's like a 3-to-1 ratio. And so the idea is that, to put numbers with the concept, is that the proportion of underrepresented minorities in S&E would need to triple to match their share of the overall U.S. population. The fact is that underrepresented minorities aspire to major in STEM in college at the same rates as whites and Asians. And yet, when you look at the completion rates, they're much lower. And what I'd like to do is to show you a chart. And let me summarize this chart. What it shows is, your first category there, you'll see the 4-year completion rate for STEM fields. And what you see is that for underrepresented minorities, whatever the group, it's between 25 and 30%. Now, the other part that people don't tend to look at is that the 4-year completion rate for whites and Asians is under 50%. So one of the points we end up making is that it's not just a minority problem. When we talk about increasing the numbers, we have to find ways to increase the number of people of all races who are making it. There's this gap between 25 and 30% for underrepresented minorities and between 40 and 50%, but still, you're saying 55% of whites and Asians who aspire to major in science and engineering, who come there, who are qualified to get in, don't make it. We know affordability is another major challenge. And here's a place where we probably deviate from a lot that's been said before. Yes, we want to talk about affordability. We want financial aid for low-income students. We would argue that working and middle-class college students need financial support, not financial aid. They need scholarships. If you've got 2 students, children whose parents are teachers, they're not low income, but their salaries will not allow those students to come to college and just study. They're going to have to get jobs. And as I say to my students, if you're going to major in biochemistry, you have to marry the biochemistry. You've got to be there all the time, every night, all day, working on that work. You cannot work 20 hours on the outside and excel in biochemistry. Anybody who's taking these courses understands what I'm saying. And just as we understand that we have to support graduate students with financial support, if we want to increase substantially the number of students at the undergrad level succeeding, that half, and if you think about the numbers we're talking about, then we're going to need to talk about scholarships for students to think about careers in math and science. Basic principles, this is an urgent matter. I mean, it's now or it won't happen. That we will either decide to commit to helping America's children of all types succeed in science and technology, or we are in great difficulty. Number 2, it has to be a sustained effort. This is not a 2 or 3 year deal. This is a major effort that will require decades of work. Number 3, and I've been asked by so many people to emphasize the need for a comprehensive approach, preschool through graduate school. We're going to have to work at every level, but it's very important to keep talking about the pathway and to talk about the stakeholders and what the federal government, the state, the local government, the institutions, the professional associations, the employers, how all of them can be involved in this initiative.